Before we commence our business presentation, I would like everyone to keep in mind the challenges facing our environment today. Historical data has shown that inorganic fertilizers harm animals, humans, as well as degrade the environment. But how did this happen? Once the chemicals seep into the ground, not only does it deplete the original minerals present in the soil, it also causes toxic buildup in the crops. These crops will then be harvested as feed meal for farm animals, as well as food for us humans, leading to various health problems. Apart from that, the chemicals will eventually leach into rivers, causing eutrophication, thereby endangering marine life. So, what is the answer to the problem? Organic fertilizers, of course. Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, and the panel of judges. My name is Xiang Yi.
My name is Ruth.
My name is Jing Chen.
My name is Yihao.
And I'm also.
Today, we are going to make history. You may ask how. Let me tell you. All over the world, farmers and plantation groups have looked for organic fertilizers to grow their crops. Instead, they used chemical fertilizers because it costed cheaper. Our fertilizer, today, that is going to change. What is going to cause the change? Agrolizer. Our organic fertilizer is produced through a very delicate production process, which makes it much cheaper with promising quality. To make Agrolizer, we use food waste and coir. Process it and voila, it's done. Our competitors take about 3 to 7 weeks of production time, but us, Agrolizer, we just take 24 hours. Yep, 24 hours, you heard me correct. Our organic, what makes us so special? Chemical fertilizer and organic fertilizer. When you see chemical fertilizer, you obviously want to buy it because it is cheap. But after using chemical fertilizer, the soil condition becomes acidic, which causes low nutrient absorption rate for the plant. Whereas organic fertilizer is totally opposite. What about Agrolizer? It's all same as other organic fertilizers, but with a little change. The price. It only costs 1.5 ringgit per kilogram. And that is 6 times cheaper than our competitors. And that's a huge saving for us. That's a huge one. All right. As for our raw materials, our organic fertilizer helps the plant absorb nutrients very well from the soil. Not only does it increase the growth rate of a plant by 17%, it also helps, it is also advantageous to the farmers as they can harvest their crops faster. Okay. After that, as for our raw materials, we will be collaborating with Alamflora and KDEB, who will be delivering us the waste that we need. Within 1 hour of unloading all the raw materials, we will begin our production process. Later, we will send it to the packaging line for packaging. Following that, we will sell our organic fertilizers directly to customers. You have heard it. Agrolizer seems great. But the main question is, do we have the sustainable market for it?
Of course, in Malaysia, fertilizer consumption has been growing at a rate of 23.3% on average, and it has now reached 13.7 million tons of fertilizer demand every year. Out of the 13.7 million of fertilizer demand, palm oil consumes 70% of it. Undoubtedly, they will be our main target market. The second reason that we are getting palm oil is because Malaysia are the second largest exporter in the world, and this will give us a very sustainable market. Out of the 70% of the palm oil, it actually can be separated into different segments in palm oil industry, as shown here. To let you have a clearer view, let me zoom in for you. As you can see here, the most of the fertilizer is consumed by major private estate like Saindabi, IOI, and Genting Plantation. But we are not targeting them. Instead, we are targeting independent smallholder, which consume around 2.3 million tons of fertilizer. At this point, you may be confused why we are targeting the small player instead of the big one. To answer your question, let me show you some calculation. As you can see here, an estate under Saindabi demand around 10,000 tons of fertilizer every year. If we choose them as our customer, we can only target just one of them. We should cause them have a high bargaining power towards our company, as is unfavorable. On the other hand, smallholder, they demand around 150 tons of fertilizer every year. If we choose them as our customer, we can easily supply to 100 of them. And this will significantly diverse our risk and by lowering their bargaining power.
So, how do we promote Agrolizer? Through our referral system, a simple, low cost, and a word of mouth channel. When an existing customer recommends us to new customers, both of them will receive a 5% discount. The more customers you find, the more discounts you will get. What a win-win situation for everyone. We will also participate in major agriculture expositions held frequently in Klang Valley, Bintulu, Cebu. About 20 expos are held annually and about 100,000 of visitors per expo per site. As for personal selling, we will appoint salesmen to approach the farmers to educate them about the benefits of Agrolizer. We will also provide free consultation to the farmers on how to manage their farm with Agrolizer. Next, direct sales, or known as B2C channel. We will satisfy customers' order by directly delivering to them. This method will help us to eliminate middlemen and help us to cut costs. So, to further penetrate the market with minimal manpower, we will be able to do so via online transactions by using wholesale B2B platforms. Well, of course, to ensure a great and long-term relationship, join us in our loyalty program. In exchange for 1 kg of your agricultural waste, you will be getting 10% off your purchases.
What about risks? Our customers may not have faith in our products as we are a new startup. Therefore, all our products will undergo quality control checks based on industry standards. Next, our raw material is very crucial to our business. Without them, our production will be delayed. Therefore, we will collaborate with more suppliers such as Quality Alam and Biotop, and this is to ensure that we do not get too reliant on Alam Flora. The last risk is that hygiene issue, And hygiene issue is because we manage a lot of waste. So we will provide our workers with that protective gears to avoid direct contact with the waste. And then, secondly, we will install airlock in our factory so that we can segregate the cleanliness zones and also to confine contaminants. Thirdly, regular cleaning will be provided. This is to ensure a clean and hygienic environment. Now, I'm sure that this is the very moment that you have been waiting for. How much money can you make if you invest in us, Agrolizer? For the first year, we intend to sell 3,650 tons of fertilizer. Priced at 1.5 ringgit per kilogram, this will get us 5.4 million worth of sales. And over the next 4 years, this 5.4 million will increase up to 16.4 million. Isn't that great? It is an increase of 67% on average. Our break-even point on the first year is 14.5% of sales. But if we are able to weather this, it will be smooth sailing for the following years. Lastly, our ROI. Now, our ROI is rated at 40 to 50%. And this 40 to 50% is actually a very high rate of industry. And we are able to maintain and sustain it for this projected period.
So why Agrolizer? We are 6 times cheaper, we save the environment, and we turn trash into cash. You've heard it, you've witnessed it. So why wait? Invest in Agrolizer today. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. I enjoyed that. I just have a question about your the pricing of your product. How do you manage to undercut your competitors who are offering the same organic product by 6 times? And what is the margin per unit? Are you pricing yourselves too cheaply, or is this sustainable? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question. Okay, why we price so low is because we basically turn trash into cash. Basically, we use rubbish that you don't want to turn into fertilizer. And why others price so high? Because it takes around 3 to 7 weeks to produce their organic fertilizer. But we can just do it in 24 hours. That's why save a lot of cost. That's why I can price so. As well as our markup side, we provide markup from 20 to 75%. Because we increase the cost of markup.
Hello, Pam from BDO. Good presentation. I'm interested to know what sort of what goes into the cost. Are you going to manufacture in 24 hours the thing and buy machinery? Are you going to invest in a factory? And whether all these costs have been factored in your margin of 20% you mentioned?
Yes, we are going to set up a factory and manufacture organic fertilizer, and this cost has all been taken into account.
I saw your analysis. It looks like your market is only Malaysia. Are you not looking, in a bigger market? Yeah.
Okay. The reason that we are doing in Malaysia is because the Malaysian market is actually quite big. It's 13.7 million tons compared to our production is just like 10,000 tons only. So in Malaysia, there's actually a lot of space for us to expand and grow our business. So we didn't see the necessary to expand to foreign country.
Hi, I'm Monsi from KPMG. My question is around, I think, your target market, right? There was one on, you're targeting small players, 17%, right? Smallholders, yeah. I mean, why only approach them? Okay. It's good to go big, right? And it's easier. You don't need so many resources to approach so many small players, so many small customers.
Yeah, we understand that. We actually think about going big, but going big has the risk of going big. If we go big, we can only just supply to a few companies, and their bargaining to us will be very, very high. And in order to go big, we have to increase our production to meet their level. What their demand is like 100 tons. We are like producing like 10,000 tons. They are demanding like 100,000 tons. So at first, we are beginning our business, we cannot afford to go big. Instead, that's why we go small.
So you're collecting the waste from consumers, right? So you're going across all the households.
No, we only collect our waste from waste management company like Alampora.
Okay. So what sort of waste can you use and what can you not use?
Organic waste we can use, inorganic waste we cannot.
How are you going to ensure that the waste collection companies actually separate the different sort of waste? Because that's, I think, the problem in right now, the mentality, the culture, is that not many people actually separate it. And then if they collect it, they put it all together in one bin again, So how are you going to police that?
Okay. So actually, Alampora is a company that collect all kind of waste. But we also found out that there's a few companies who is collect only organic waste on yellow pages. So yeah, that's why they just collect organic waste. We found that some companies do that.
Okay. Have you factored that into your costs? I mean, it's a good idea. But logistics, I see in your business model, your supply chain is probably going to be one of the driving factors of your cost. Have you calculated that?
Yeah. We actually plan to outsource our logistic to logistic company because we're doing it. We have to invest a lot of capex. So we are not planning to do that. We're going to outsource.
So how much are they looking for?
We could actually call some of the logistic company. They give a like rough number is like 100,000.
For what?
For sending the fertilizer to our consumer in Peninsula or Malaysia.
100,000 potatoes, tomatoes, dollars, ringgit, cents.
100,000 ringgit.
I'll leave it to the accountants to evaluate whether that's sound or not.
Hi, my name is Aisha from PwC. I would just like you to elaborate a bit more. I mean, you're trying to capture the small player, but what are your actions? Are you just relying on the pricing and the timing that you can produce that your product within 24 hours? It's just these two elements that would capture them, that you're confident that they would definitely go with you?
Okay, let me add one more for you. Actually, our organic fertilizer is better for your plant because it can help your plant to absorb the nutrient faster, and your plant will be growing faster, so you can harvesting your crop faster, and that's mean more profit for you.
Can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Ruth.
Hi, I'm Xiang Yi.
I'm NGC Jing Chen.
Thank you.